Badfinger. Pete Ham, in particular, was one of Pete's songs, Day After Day, from their third album, Straight Up, 1971. And I've put together a lesson on this that has got a lot of different things to it that are really, really neat. The song, on one hand, it's just simple strumming of chords. An E chord to an A suspended 4, and back to E. And a very steady strum, a quarter note followed by 6/8 notes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and back to that A chord, and back to E. Now they did it a half step higher. They did a capo to the first fret, but the lesson I have, we look at it in the key of E, and if you want to play it along with the album, put a capo at the first and do all the same stuff that is with all the attachments, the charts and the tab and all that other stuff. But we look at a lot of things in this, including a little syncopated bass run, and the chords in the chorus. I'll run through the chords in the chorus, by the way, too. So you've seen half of the verse. It's E to A suspended 4, which is done with the addition of your third finger basically playing an A chord, but on the second string you need the note D instead of C sharp. Lots of different ways of fingering it. I prefer to do it with a hinge bar using my first finger to play the second, third, and fourth strings at the second fret, and then my third finger for the D, giving us the suspended 4 sound. So that's the first 4 measures are E, A suspended 4, and then 2 E's, and then that line's repeated. Then we have what's sort of the chorus of the song, but it's really just the second part of the verse as well, but it happens to be the same in every verse. It goes to B, bar to the second fret, and F sharp, and then an A chord with this descending bass run before it lands on an E chord. Now the tricky thing about that run is you need to hit an A in the bass on the first beat, and a G sharp in the bass on the and of beat 2. 1 and 2 and, which means you're going to hit it as an up. 1 and 2 and 3 and then an F sharp in the bass on beat 4, which would be a down, before you land back on the E chord. Now the song has a bunch of other things that I cover in the lesson, and that is every verse ends with a little piano tag and they're all a little bit different. Some of them are, well, they start off the same, but at the end of each verse we have this. Here's the end of the first verse. Heading into the second verse. Now the second verse, there's one very similar. Which takes us into the next cool part of the song. Nice little slide guitar solo. So that's all covered in the lesson as well. So hopefully at this point you've got the chord progression down. If you want to check out the rest of the lesson, it's part of the Target program at Totally Guitars, where we have hundreds and hundreds of songs that all have really interesting techniques and things in them, and there's quite a few Badfinger songs there now. 1 or 2 more still on the drawing board for them, I think. But we also have a lot of free lessons. This one's one of the more difficult ones because some of the things we have to do. You have to use your thumb to play some bass notes and stuff like that as it evolves. But we have a lot of lessons in our TG free lessons channel, and they're all available, of course, at Totally Guitars as well. But if you'd like to learn some Badfinger songs, Pete Ham and Tom Evans, particularly brilliant songwriters, songs are up now, and hope you can check them out at Totally Guitars.